Everybody wave.
If your dog were to run away from home right now, how confident are you that they'd be able to find their way home? Ever since Hurricane Harvey happened in 2017, Houston, Texas, and surrounding areas has been severely affected by this, causing a large number of stray dogs in these areas. And one solution that you can use to stop this would be enforcing microchipping laws in these areas. And as a University of Florida student and lover and owner of dogs, I believe that this is the best way to go about solving this problem because it is safe, cheap, and effective. And by the end of the speech, you will be able to weigh in on whether or not you believe that these laws should be put in effect. And we're going to start by talking about the problem at hand, which is the number of stray dogs, the solution that we can use, which is enforcing microchipping rules, and a what if scenario on if we did implement these laws or if we just ignored the problem. And first, we're going to be talking about the problem at hand, which is the number of stray dogs that have been in Houston, Texas, and surrounding states ever since Hurricane Harvey did happen in 2017. The World Health Organization estimates that there are at least 200 million stray dogs worldwide, and this can be caused by negligence of owners, dogs running away, getting lost or getting stolen, or other various reasons like natural disasters like Hurricane Harvey. Samantha Raffleson actually says that there's at least 1 million stray dogs in Houston and the surrounding areas. Now, personally, I live in a rural area, and I see stray dogs on the side of the road all the time. And my neighbors themselves have a lot of dogs, whether they're hunting dogs or indoor dogs, and I couldn't imagine what the streets would look like if none of them had a home. And if we did just ignore this problem, our society would face severe consequences. One being that there are stray dogs running around, and probably none of them are sterilized, so that would lead to overpopulation. And with there being so many dogs, there's a chance for diseases like rabies. And Pei-Jin Liu from the Illinois Institute of Technology actually says that 55,000 people die every year of rabies. And you can get rabies from dog to skin contact, like through a bite. And another danger besides just like diseases would be dogs, they were bred to be domesticated. So they're running around, they don't understand cars. So if you're driving down the road 45 miles per hour, a dog can run in front of your car and you either hit the dog, kill it, or you swerve out of the way and hurt yourself. And it's not good for anyone. Well, let's move on to our solution. Our solution would be enforcing microchipping laws because they're cheap, safe, and reliable. The AKC actually says that it's the best way to go about a problem like this because it not only stores all the information about the dog, but the owner as well. And they mentioned the story about a woman who was walking her dog and gets hit by a car without her phone or wallet on her. And they were able to scan the dog's microchip, and they were able to find out her information so she was able to be safely transported to the hospital. And Asher actually said that microchipping is reliable because it not only has the owner's information, but the dog's information as well, down to physical markings. And you may be thinking, oh, microchipping is expensive. Like, I don't want to spend that much money. But now it's required for your dog to be licensed and registered. And it's actually cheaper to get your dog's license if they are microchipped already. And Sandy Eckstein actually states that it's around $50 to get your dog's microchip, but if you're going to the vet already, it will be cheaper, and you take your dog to the vet for normal checkups all the time anyways. Now let's imagine if we just ignored this problem. If we ignored it, the streets would be a disaster. There's going to be dogs digging through trash or going to the bathroom everywhere. There is the problem of overpopulation because they won't be sterilized, just mating and making more puppies. And it is dangerous for humans, like I mentioned earlier, with like rabies and then running in front of cars. But if we did take action and enforce these microchipping laws, the streets would be cleaner because there wouldn't be dogs running amok. It would reduce the number of lost dogs because if they did get lost, they would be returned home to their families. There's less chance of euthanasia because dogs get picked up by animal control all the time and they're left in the pound. And if they aren't adopted after a certain amount of days, they are put down. And most importantly, families are reunited and the dogs are returned back home to their beloved families. And now I'm going to talk about Sven the Yorkie. This little guy actually traveled 800 miles away from home. And he traveled all the way down to Fort Myers, Florida, which is where I'm originally from. And the veterinarian that picked him up was able to scan his microchip, and he was able to safely be returned home to his family in Alabama. That being said, microchipping is a serious thing that we should consider when we look at the problem of stray dogs, because as we speak, there are more stray dogs coming about and getting lost from home or running away. And something easy that you can do is you can go home and find out if your animals are microchipped, and if they're not, you can call the Humane Society or your local vet just to figure out like what's the next step that you can take. And during this speech today, we did talk about the problem of stray dogs in surrounding areas like Houston, Florida, Alabama, all of those areas. The solution that we can use to reduce the number of stray dogs, which would be enforcing microchipping laws because they are safe, cheap, and reliable. And then a what if scenario if we did ignore this problem or if we did take action. Personally, I have 3 dogs of my own. I love them to death, and I don't know what I would do if they were taken away from me and I couldn't find them. So next time you look at your furry friend, just think about how you would feel if they were lost. And just remember how easy it is to get your dog microchipped. My name is Carley Dorman, and thank you for coming to my speech. And now let's begin the 2-minute Q&A. In the back.
Do you know what country has the most stray animals?
I believe it's China. And they have 27.4 million dogs there. I'm not sure how many of them are stray, but they do have a lot of dogs.
How long do microchips last?
Forever. It's just a one-time safe and easy needle into the fat part of their neck. They don't even feel it, and you can update it through your vet or the Humane Society, and easy peasy.
So considering that the animals now that are stray don't have microchips, would sterilization and vaccination be a viable option for dealing with those that are stray now?
It would be, and you know how when you go to the Humane Society and you want to adopt a dog, now they require it to be sterilized, either neutered or spayed. They can actually implement microchipping into that as well, so you don't even have to worry about that fee after that. Any more questions?
Is it the same for cats?
Yes, cats and the